Go. Hey you, come on, sit down. You're sitting at the grown-ups table. I'm your host, Jesse Pimpinella, and we got a special guest. Please introduce yourselves, good sir.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan. You might remember me from other podcasts I've been on. It's been a little while. I've been on in a while.
I love how our dynamic is. I'm like, and you're just like, hey guys, this guy's obviously on. Which is usually John's dynamic, so you're fitting in perfectly as the guest host. Like John's like low key, and me, I'm just like let's go, let's party, let's have a good time. Which I am. I'm like, I love doing this show because today we're going to be talking about something so fun. We're going to be talking about haunted and cursed objects from horror movies. Now, some of these objects, so everybody knows, some will be tangible and some will be intangible. So they could be like names, they could be ideas, they could be something haunted. And we'll get into great examples of what that is. But before we start, I need everybody to like and subscribe. But also, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to share this link so everybody can join and have a seat here at the grown-ups table. Because if you're watching it live, guess what? You could comment and join in on the show. Hell, you could derail the whole show by giving us an awesome topic to talk about. What do I mean? 2 years ago, we did a whole show based around zombies, and somebody commented, "Is Frankenstein monster technically a zombie?" And the call went crazy, right? The comment section blew up.
That's a good one.
Everybody's like, "Well, technically zombies are this, and technically zombies are that," and it went crazy. So that's what you could do here today at the grown-ups table. So let's get into it. So let's talk about haunted and cursed objects. So what do we mean by that? So the thin definition we're going at is any object where maybe an evil spirit has attached itself to, or the object itself personified as evil, or anything to that nature. It has to be an object, all right? Something attached to that very singular idea. So to give a great example, to start the discussion off tonight, let's talk about one that while I'm not a fan of this movie, I can't argue that it's not one of the more popular cursed object movies. The cursed videotape from The Ring. Now, were you a fan of this?
Yep. I was.
So tell us a little bit about this tape, the significance of the tape with the plot.
So basically, it's about a little girl that was drowned in a well. She was like a weird kid, freaked out, and her family, anybody that was around her, and she made this video, a freaky ass video that that when she died, it was you're watching on the movie and you're like, what the hell is this? And
indeed it was.
And it was made by a little girl that was just don't know what was up with her. And when she died, it was like a piece of her went inside of the video, like a piece of her soul or whatever went inside the video. So anybody who watched the video I think it was completely. I don't know if you could get out of the whole issue if you only watch part of it, but like you watch like the first 5 seconds and you're like, fuck this. No.
That would be so cool.
Throw the tape away. Oh God. I just wanted to see one person do that in all the movies that they made. Just have that one person go, nope. Just take it, throw it away, light it on fire, whatever.
But then everybody's watching that character like the concierge from Hot Tub Time Machine that loses his arm. Like every time they show up, is this person get checked up? That's you just watch the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays it's like, I mean, sometimes you're like, I'm bored, but I don't have time. You're just folding laundry and you're like, this doesn't keep my interest. Shut it off. And then the Samara girl's like, shit. It's like kill somebody with my awesome Skinamarink video.
The screen just pops on and there's Samara calling you an asshole for not finishing it.
Like, it shows up on your Netflix cue. Continue watching. Like,
The screen turns on. All you see is this.
yeah. Oh my god! I thought this was so funny. I felt bad for my brother because this movie kind of had 2 sequels. It had The Ring 2, and then Rings. And my brother didn't know there was a difference between Ring and Ring, Ring 2 and Rings. So he watched Rings, and he was so fucking confused. He's like,
"Oh God,
how this movie connects." I'm like, sorry, you're a whole 90 minutes. You have a 90-minute hole in your continuity, my friend. Yeah, but
oh God, but yeah. So you end up watching the movie, and then you get a phone call. And the phone call, you hear a little girl saying 7 days, and then once the 7 days happens, she just pops out of your TV, scares the shit out of you, and kills you. Like this freaky little kid just comes up, just like crawls out in some weird ass manner, and somehow manages to find you. No matter where you are, don't matter where you are.
Oh, yeah,
if anything has a screen on it, her little ass is gonna pop out of it and kill you.
So should you just be Amish after that? Like as soon as you watch that tape, you're just like, so I'm Amish now. Like that would be the only thing I would do. I
wonder if you could get away with that. Because like somehow she manages to follow you no matter where you are, and I'm pretty sure you need to have a TV screen or something in order or something that has a screen on it. Like you probably pop out of your cell phone or something.
Yeah. So like, but I wouldn't have my cell phone because I'm going full Amish. I'm going full.
Yeah, Amish. I wonder if that would stop her. Can you imagine that? Her hitchhiking up. I wonder if she would pop out of somebody else's TV screen somewhere near you and hitchhike just to kill you.
Kill you. Like, or like she Amazons a TV to the house. You see an Amazon driver go through Amish country, like, fuck, she found us. You turn into Doc Brown from Back to the Future when the terrorists find them. Like, I don't know. It's them. I don't know how they found me. It's the Vera. Like that would be my reaction. Seeing an Amazon.
And then the worst part before you end up dying, you look at your phone and you find out that she charged you for the TV that she sent you.
She would. What a bitch. What a bitch. What's this? You can avoid the curse by listening to the director's commentary from Samaritan. Oh my god! She
just wants to be heard. That's all she wants.
She's tired of being seen, not heard. She just wants people to know. This is because you know what? This is why Samara kills people, because somebody didn't go to her movie premiere. It pissed her off. And now she kills everybody because she's like, "Don't patronize me, dead." You watch it now, dead.
Well, they threw away the VHS jacket that had the instructions on it. You were actually supposed to listen to the whole thing, not watch it.
Exactly. Oh man, I knew it. Wait. She would pop out of the horse like a rhino.
I'm sorry, if I saw that, I don't know if I'd be scared or if I would laugh my ass off just thinking about that scene.
I would just go, Samara, you earned the kill today. You earned the kill. You got me.
Yep, I'm ready to die.
Yeah, but this videotape, man, I think it's so funny. Like this tape never gets eaten in the VCR. It never gets eaten. You know what I mean? Like, you ever have that one tape where you press rewind, you yell at somebody, "Don't hit rewind," and you're like, fuck the whole tape up.
Yep.
Yep.
I remember those.
In the new movie, because I haven't seen the new movie, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I was not a fan of this movie. It's just I don't know why I'm not. Did the recent one use the VHS tape or did they go DVD? Like how's that?
I think they went DVD. If I remember correctly. It's been a few years since I watched it.
Yeah, let's see.
But I think they went DVD.
I feel like.
I mean, honestly, if you think about it, it's like the perfect weapon for a vengeful spirit. I mean, no matter what, if there's a train wreck, somebody's going to watch it, and nobody's ever going to get rid of that tape.
No. I think at some point, I just feel bad for her because she has to keep changing platforms. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, their Crystal Lake's gonna be Camp Crystal Lake. You know what I mean? The Michael Myers house, no one's gonna sell a fucking house. Michael's always gonna have a home. But this woman, she's like, I gotta move with technology. Like, do you think the first thing she ever had was Betamax, but then the VCR came out and that's why she was angry?
Oh.
Like she was
Oh God.
Son of a bitch. Oh wait. Nigel brought up a good one.
Oh.
Next one's gonna be dude.
At least half of the world's population would be wiped out if that were the case.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
At least half.
I'm a little pro this now. I'm a little pro. No, I just on TikTok for like 3 days. I would let Samara do her work, which is the Lord's work, and then traffic is easier. Traffic is easier. We never have to wait for a table again. There's a lot. Sky's the limit. There's more food all of a sudden in the world. Like this is like Thanos' plan, but funnier. Just like, and you're just watching Samara do the floss, and you're like, fuck, 7 days. Okay. 7 days, I'm gone. Okay. Just that'd be so good.
God, that's great.
Samara's doing the cinnamon challenge. It would almost be worth dying just to watch all her videos real quickly. Just like, oh, this is fucked up and stupid. But anyways, yeah. So
God.
This movie really kind of kicked off the cursed objects thing, in my opinion, because a lot of times when people think cursed object, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's been cursed object movies before. We're going to talk movies that predate The Ring. The Ring, I think, was such a big movie because, like, again, I didn't like it, but I cannot deny how big it was. It was a PG-13 movie, which blew people's mind, number one. Number two, it was one of the first movies in the Asian wave of horror movies that was coming out at the time. And also, what was it? Gore Verbosa. What's his name? The guy who did Pirates of the Caribbean. He did this movie. I remember his name.
Jeffrey Rush?
No.
Wait, are you talking about the guy that you said Barbosa? I'm like,
what is his name?
Birchheimer or something like that.
I'm messing this dude.
Jerry something.
I'm messing this guy.
Yeah, me too. Don't feel bad.
So badly, like he's like, I've done so much for the world out making happiness and joy, and you guys can't even say my fucking name right. Like I made Johnny Depp a star, which he kind of did. He did. I can't find his thing right now. So hold on. Wait. I think I found it.
Well, if you happen to find a package in the mail with his production office on it, and it's in the shape of a rectangle, don't open it.
I'll be like, this is a new cut. This is a new cut of a new horror movie by A24, and I'll be like, sold. And then I'm gonna watch it, and I'm like, another Skinamarink, and then Samara shows up going, ah! I'm like, oh, you got me, Samara. You got me again. And then she shows us the trick when she comes out of a horse's ass. It all comes together. It's like
it's just a circle.
She does that at the end of the video to let you know that you can't run the Amish country. She's gonna fight. Like, I think it's a brilliant thing she does there. But anyway.
And then you down like $600 for a new flat screen TV, and you.
I think one of the best. I think I want to say that I want to watch this movie again only because of the way you described it at one point. At one point you're vaping. You're like, so this girl, her soul gets into the tape. I don't know her fucking problem. And then you vape. I don't know her fucking problem. You said it with such attitude, and it was just so fucking priceless. I don't know what her deal is, but she's her thing. You know what I mean?
She's just some crazy little bitch. No idea what the fuck's wrong with her. She's got some weird ass thing with some art shit that she really needs to get help with. Like RISD won't even take this bitch.
It was just how you described it, because then I'm like, yeah, what is her problem? Like, I want to watch it. Full of anger towards her, like, what is your problem? Like, whatever. Fine. But anyway,
just sit down and watch the movie with her and look at her and go, what's your fucking deal? Seriously, really?
Yeah. But anyways, so this is definitely a movie. When I think cursed objects, I think a lot of people think synonymously the Ring and all that stuff.
Yeah.
What now? Before we jump off this, what is something about this tape or something in the movie that made this tape iconic? Like when you see the tape, you go, "Oh fuck!" Or when someone puts it on, because most of the time, inevitably, someone puts it on, and you have those "Oh fuck" moment. Like, what would you say the filmmaking wise did they do to give you that feeling around the tape? Why? How did they make you afraid of the tape itself, its presence?
It's got to be the fact that after you watch it, you get that phone call that like everybody in the movie just never expects the phone call, and then when they pick it up, thinking, "Hey, back in the day, there was a lot of they have like the corded phones that didn't have the caller ID on it, so they pick up thinking it's mom, and no, it's some crazy little bitch telling you got 7 days to live."
7 days to live.
Like that. Like that's literally what gets it for you. Like everybody who watches that movie, they watch it through, they get the phone call, and then you got some little girl saying 7 days in a creepy ass voice. Like she had like 20 packs of cigarettes before she made the call.
Yeah, it's everybody's disbelief that really sells it when you see the functionality of the tape. Now, I mean, also, Nigel brings up a good point. It kills people.
Yeah, that too.
We know that. It takes the whole movie for somebody to freaking die. You know what I mean? Or at least for us to see the person die.
Yeah.
But I agree. Ryan said corded phone. Isn't that what it is?
Well, that's what they had in the first movie. They had the corded phones or the cordless phones or whatever.
Or I think
it was back in 2001. They didn't have cell phones weren't a big thing yet.
They weren't yet. But don't worry, TikTok's gonna be in the next movie. That's how they're gonna tie it in. And Samara's gonna be the new Megan of next year. Mark our words on that. Mark our words. All right, so let's talk about a movie that recently came out that kind of like which is one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about. Have you seen this movie by any chance? I can go over it real quick. I wasn't sure if you've seen it yet. I won't spoil it.
Not yet. I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it though.
I won't spoil it. This movie
looks good.
A24 did another they had them make a prequel while making this movie. So there's gonna be a prequel to this and a sequel to this. A lot like how they did with Max and Pearl and Maxine. So this movie's so cool. So I'm not gonna give away anything because I want people to see this movie and go in blind as much as you can. But if you need someone to tell you what this movie's about, it's basically a hand that has been almost taxidermed, not taxidermed, embalmed. Thank you. It's like whatever the human thing for it is. Okay, like you can embalm a human, but basically you grab the hand, you say "talk to me," and then you see a ghost, and then you say "let me in," and then the ghost goes inside you, possesses you. And I don't want to. The movie is more than that. The movie is a glorified possession film with its own twist, with its own originalities. Were made by YouTubers. So I highly recommend people to see this movie because when you see that hand by the end of the movie, you're scared of the hand. You're like, oh my God. Because one of the things that makes this very interesting is they make this more like a drug addiction than anything else.
That's what it looked like to me in the trailers and stuff. It looked like people were like getting high off of it.
Very much. They very much made it look like everybody was in the basement Saturday night and they're passing it around, seeing how everybody's going to act. It's very much like that. So I highly recommend this movie to everybody to go check that out, and you will not be disappointed with that. So go do that. Okay, so let's go to another one. This one I know you've seen. We'll talk about the Necronomicon Ex Mortis from the Evil Dead. So this book.
Oh my God.
Geez, when this book shows up, shit's gonna go down.
Yep.
And this movie, this book, when you see it, it's horrifying. It's bound in skin. The face is a cover, and you see it it kind of looks like, hey, you guys, like from. That's the face.
Fucking sloth. As you go to open it, goes Rocky Road.
Rocky. Because every time I see this movie, I would just always think of Sloth and Goonies, but like that. Exactly that. But yeah, no, like you see that it's inked in blood, and the reverence they have towards that book in the movie makes that book so freaky when you see it. It makes it so scary because
Yeah.
like while they're reading it, you have that camera that's like going through the forest as you're reading closer. Once you're about almost done with the cantation, it's like synonymous to how close the ghost is to your house now, and it's like weird. It's like it's the sentence and the distance to the house are synchronized. The closer you get to the period, the closer it gets to the house, and you're just like, shut up, stop saying the words, man, or stop listening to the tape that's saying the words, but they never do. But
Yeah,
no, the Necronomicon, man, this book it's a character within the universe. I mean, they go further and talk about that more in the TV show, but sticking with the movie thing, man, like when that thing shows up, it's a presence.
Have you seen the newest one?
Yes, I have. Yep.
Yeah, and that didn't even have the book in it. It just had the records and like some written down pages from priests.
Oh no, the book was
And that's
there.
all it took.
Oh no, the book was there.
Was it?
Yeah. They opened it
Oh,
up.
how the hell did I? Oh, yeah. No, you're right. How the hell did I mess that up?
No, you're good. It's been a while. The book doesn't play a big role in this movie. Like all in the past movies,
No.
including the 2013, but they're constantly going to the book to fix the problem. This one, they don't really go back to the book. They don't. There's like one scene where they go back to the book, and that's when the aunt is listening to the tape, where they're talking.
Yeah.
But she's never like it's not like how Ash is constantly opening it up, or Annie shows up like, oh no, these lost pages are going to save the day, or the wizard's like, you got to read this cantation, it'll send you back to the future, or like in the 2013 one where the guy is like obsessed with reading and he's like, the answer has to be in here, man. Like nothing. Like this one, this one is very light on the book use. It's very understandable to almost forget the book is in there.
Well, I mean, once the aunt finally listened to the entire record, she realized she's fucked. Like, there's literally nothing that book is going to do that can help.
Yeah.
Or there's nothing that's in the book that will help them. So she realized that they were screwed, and she left the book.
Yeah. So that is smart. She just left the book. She's like, this ain't gonna work. And but what's so interesting about the books is the 3-book theory, which we've talked about on the show before, being there's 3 Necronomicon books which are seen in the Army of Darkness, and each book appears in every iteration. So we are familiar with the kooky zany one that's in Sam Raimi's, and then the 2013 has the 2nd book, and this has the 3rd book. So it always begs the question when they're going to bring all the books together and have all the characters meet. But I'm so excited. But that's why, like, for our haunted objects, this is so interesting.
That's going to be tough, though. If they try and bring all of them together, Bruce Campbell, I thought, retired, didn't he, recently?
He's doing the Sean Connery, the Never Say Never, because here's what he said. He recently came out and said, I will only step back to do Ash if Sam Raimi directs. That's what he said. And he could have said that knowing Sam Raimi wouldn't. But I mean, when the time comes and the chips are pushed to the center of the table, we're going to see if he does the same. Plus, they're always talking about doing an Evil Dead animated for the 4th season. They're all so like. I've learned to never trust the never say never thing with people, because they'll you. I
mean, look at Kiss. How many retirement tours are they going to have?
Exactly. I mean, about 5 years ago, if you told me that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire were going to be on the same screen as Tom Holland, I'd be like, you're out of your fucking mind.
I wouldn't have believed it.
I wouldn't have believed you.
I wouldn't have believed it.
So now with multiverse kind of being big now, I know they're going to somehow bring it together. And if they really want to make a fan of me happy, drag me to hell. Bring that into there. To me, that's always been Evil Dead verse. We just haven't called it that yet. But for me, that's Evil Dead logic. John has a good question real quick about the Necronomicon. Can the Necronomicon Ex Mortis reproduce? I'm going to say yes. The one that Bruce Campbell has. Because that one's zany as fuck. That one's weird. Like,
that's actually a good question.
I think because it's very based in Lovecraft, I'm going to say yes. I mean, because at one point in the show, the cover jumps off of the book and possesses somebody else. So I mean, technically, I would go with it. I would totally go with that.
Yeah.
And I think at one point someone's birthed out of the book at one point in the TV show. Basically, because this book is very based in Lovecraft, anything is possible with this book. Anything. And I think that's what's so fun.
True.
I think it's what's so fun about this is that the book can help you time travel. The book can help you resurrect the dead. The book can bring about the dead. This book can do about almost everything. You know what I mean? And I think that's what makes it so dangerous because like even when you get it to do something you want to do, it's probably not going to help you. You know, so no. So yeah, anything closing on the Necronomicon Ex Mortis?
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Don't read it.
Just leave it alone.
Just leave it alone. If
you found it in the woods, put it back in the fucking woods. Bury it. Leave it.
Leather-bound books, stay the fuck away from them. Okay, just don't touch them. Here's another thing you should just never mess around with. All right.
Oh, the puzzle box.
Never mess with this. Never, ever mess with this. Like, I think the one thing I hate about this device is I never know if I'm actually going to solve it. I've never watched somebody go, I'm getting closer. Like in all the movies. They just aimlessly do it until something goes click. But like they're always thinking like, oh, so this, I just like there's not like at least a Rubik's Cube has the colors that you could go off of and be like, I'm getting closer. Hey, look, this side's yellow. You know what I mean? Like I never looked at this thing and gone, I never like watched the montage and I was like, oh, they're getting close. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think I'm too stupid to ever bring about Hellraiser. Bring up Pinhead with me. But what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this device?
Once again, leave it alone. I mean, like it's an awesome concept that you have this little puzzle box. And the moment that you open it to fiddle with it, it just unleashes hell.
Yeah.
Like everybody is dying and turning into these weird ass creatures while you're tinkering around like a kid with ADHD and just trying to fix and fidget and all this other shit. And you got to close it because once you close it, everything goes away. All the bad shit goes away, but you can never get it right.
No, you can't. Never.
And everybody dies around you.
Yeah. And like, I think John says it best. Like, it's funny, like, it only takes 3 moves, but the movies, they always act like it's hard. Like, the guy, like, remember that guy, he goes to, like, India to find it. I don't know if he goes to India. I can't remember where he was, but he, like, gets it, and he's like, he has this, like, but then he figures it out in 3 moves. Like, that's what I don't get. Like, this is not a tough puzzle. It's not a tough puzzle. And I think it's maybe you don't want it to be a tough puzzle because then Pinhead can never come out, and that would be fun. He'd just be like, "Oh man," it's like he's so close to attacking everybody.
just wanted to say hi. Bye.
Yeah. But, I don't know. Like, I think if you're gonna make a remake of this movie, I just have one thing to say about the gadget. Make it so that I could watch it and go, they're getting close. Like, you know what I mean? Like with colors or something like that. I don't know. Like, because like there's never a real true, like even when it unclicks and it's ready to go, it doesn't even look finished. You know what I mean? It never like, oh, it's done. And it's like, no, it just looks like Hellraiser was like, all right, this jackass took long enough. He just opened it up. So I'm like, we're good. This sucks. I can't wait. I love how I keep calling Pinhead Hellraiser. I just keep calling him that. Like, fucking Hellraiser. But anyways,
I know so many people who have done that too. Yeah,
it's like when everybody calls the Frankenstein monster Frankenstein. Like, everybody knows. We know. New concept. Why do ADHD kids constantly progress MacGuffins in horror films? That's a good. That's interesting. I don't know. Maybe there'll be a haunted fidget spinner, or it's like Beetlejuice, spin it like 100 times, and then the demon will come out. Maybe. What if all horror movie objects are just people with ADHD? This is a brilliant thing. Like, I don't know. John could be onto something here. Like,
Maybe.
like the bubble thing that kids have nowadays, a little bubble. Like, what if a certain configuration Pinhead comes out now? Like, but he's like super PC. Like, hey guy, hey persons. Like, he's gonna torment you. He's gonna fucking kill you, but he's gonna be very humane about how he's gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna
but we'll even get to that point. You're gonna get hurt. This is going to be very painful. I don't want to do this. Okay.
Well, all right. I mean, you did say no. And then he goes back into the thing.
I don't have consent. I'm going. I'm bye.
He's the total opposite of Pinhead.
He hands out a fucking a little packet, a little consent form or whatever. Sign here if you agree to be tortured. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's really gonna hurt. Yep. Just sign right there. No, don't do that stupid X bullshit. No. Just put your name on there.
I love that. No, there you go. That's how you bring back Pinhead. You have that Pinhead going against that Pinhead. And it's just like,
oh my god.
Like he has like a sweater. Like he has that like sweater that guidance counselors wear. He comes out of the box. Like,
the old Pinhead and the new one that just standing there looking at each other for 2.5 hours. Like, the fuck do I do now?
Like, do you want to talk about your feelings? Nah, I'm out. And then he goes right back into it.
He just fixes the puzzle box himself to go back to hell.
You just see Pinhead struggle to fix it. Like, I gotta get the hell out of here. That totally sucks. I want out of here. But all right. So, anyways, let's we'll switch gears with that. We'll talk about another classic, and then we'll get into intangible horror objects. So one that always comes to mind is the John Carpenter Stephen King adaptation. Christine.
Yep.
Oh man, this was like the only. I'll say it like this. This is one of my favorite Stephen King Cars Kill Us movie adaptations. It's so funny, like how there's like a lot of like cars killing people. We got Christine, Maximum Overdrive, and then the one movie, I think it's called Trucks, and then the title, the tagline is "You turn, you die," which is like "You turn, you die." Hold on, let me pull that up real quick. Trucks, Stephen King. Like, hold on. Yeah, okay, here it is. Where's the movie? I want to pull that up because the cover is just hilarious. But like, I love how like Stephen King's like, nah, man, we gotta go back to we gotta go back and make another "The Cars Are Killing Everybody" movie. Hold on, say, oh god, open it up. Okay, this is Timothy Busfield's in this, which I feel like that's appropriate with a name like that, like Timothy Busfield. Like, hold on, let me open this up.
They didn't take him on merit or skill in acting. They just went by the last name. Your name is what? Yeah, you're in. Come on. Tell everybody else to go home. You're good.
Like, here it is. You turn, you die. Timothy Busfield. Trucks. Rated
I have never heard of that movie. That is so awesome. I
only know this movie because this is like one of those movies where if you go to Walmart, one of the things I always do when I go to Walmart, I be shopping for groceries. I go to the giant DVD box sets where it's like 9 movies and shit like that they put together. And this one's always in the Stephen King box. It's always in there.
Really?
Yes. And it
shows you how much I pay attention to that, to all those box sets.
It's just like right over there. And I just love that line. You turn, you die. Hold on. We have anytime Stephen King does a car film, he brings out the cocaine. Oh hell yeah, he brings out the cocaine.
Yeah, he does.
He does, man. Like, it was so funny. Speaking of which, before we start talking about Christine again, because Maximum Overdrive is another movie where cars come to life and kill people. A couple months, like middle of this month, they were like a comet was coming through the sky with like a green tail, and like the first thought I thought was Maximum Overdrive. I was like, oh fuck, it's happening now. Like, but I felt bad, like this movie bombs, so nobody knows if I make the reference. No one's gonna be like, you make the references. Stephen King, because in this household, I fucking love Maximum Overdrive. Ironically, of course, I know it's a piece of shit film, like, but it's so good. Like, it's such a, it's just Emilio Estevez talking to trucks for 50 minutes. I'm okay with that. I'm oversimplifying it, but that's what it is. That's what it is. AC/DC gets killed off in the first couple minutes of the movie. It's just weird. Every song's an AC/DC song in the movie. Every song.
Holy shit.
Oh, because
I think maybe I need to watch this.
Maximum. Okay, so you know what this movie is, and you should watch the trailer.
Yeah.
Watch the trailer because the trailer reveals nothing. The trailer to this movie is Stephen King coked out of his mind talking to the camera, talking about how he's going to scare the shit out of you. It's so good. He's just imagine somebody's coked out uncle sitting down in front of you as a 10-year-old going, hey, I'm going to scare the shit out of you. The trailer. And it is so goddamn funny. And then the movie,
it's great.
whole movie is scored by AC/DC. All the songs are in there. Everything. Okay. Emilio Estevez, he's just like this weird like diner cook, and they have to fight trucks. That's it. It's definitely worth a watch. Is it the greatest movie ever?
Huh.
No, it's not. But it is fun to watch. I will tell you, I had a blast. Anyways, let's go back to Christine. So, out of all the Stephen King car movies coming to life, this one is like, this is your Good Will Hunting, okay, for cars killing people,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, definitely.
And it's a very simple film. What teenager doesn't want to get his own car? We get this teenager who buys the car and not knowing the history behind it or what's going on with it, and takes it to a shop, makes it all nice, and it's a beautiful car. It's a gorgeous car. And
what was it? Like a 50s Cadillac or something like that? Like a late 50s Cadillac?
It was beautiful. And
beautiful.
And what made this car so, and it made it like the evil of this car was reflected in like how this meek kid just starts becoming kind of like John Travolta from Grease. Just like he's like getting the black leather jacket. He's like, hey! And he's like fucking being mean. Again, I'm oversimplifying the plot again. Like, but he becomes a greaser essentially. Like, it is like his hair goes black. He takes off his glasses and he's like, pussies wear glasses. I didn't say that, but you know how he was. He was like, I don't wear glasses anymore. And then his like friend is trying to be like, hey man, this isn't like you. This isn't like you, the star quarterback, and then the girl. And then they're trying to save him the rest of the movie. But essentially, this car like kills people. It goes out for revenge at one point. It starts driving around, just murder festing people at one point. But what was like? Did you ever feel scared about a murder car? Like, were you ever? I'm not sure how young you were when you saw this movie, but did you ever go, "Oh fuck, I'm a little"?
I was a little kid.
Yeah, so,
oh yeah, I mean, like you see it when you're a little kid, and then anytime your mom goes, or your parents go, "Hey, let's go for a trip somewhere, or go for a ride," and you're like, "Okay," and then you're staring out the window like,
"Yeah.
Is there something coming after me?"
Yeah.
You're worried about every little thing all around you. Mm-hmm. Now I'm just like, you know what? I would love to have Christine for the people that cut me off without a goddamn blinker.
Christine's like rerouting your GPS. I know we have to be working 5 minutes, but I can murder this person inside of 3 and we'll get to work on time. And you're like,
done.
Reroute.
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit back, have fun.
That's it. Nigel brought this up. Christine should be a Prius in the next movie. You wouldn't hear her coming, and she would murder everybody easily. That'd be good. I would definitely watch that. This would of course be a part of the new wave of like very like horror movie friendly stuff, like our Hellraiser, like that comes out like, hey guys, like that's in the glove box of this car.
I mean, nobody would suspect it either, or expect that to happen with a Prius. You're looking at it like, aw, and then all of a sudden it just picks you up and puts you into a barrier, and you're like, the fuck just happened?
Dude, but that's interesting because like, so Christine, the movie's about this beautiful muscle car, essentially making a meek kid strong. So what if we make Christine a Prius and the car becomes strong? The car becomes mighty. You know, like then everybody's respecting Priuses.
Yeah, and the driver's still a pussy.
What if it's a tough? Wait! It's a tough guy that buys a Prius, and the Prius becomes badass, and the guy becomes like we reverse it. There's the movie.
Perfect. That is perfect right there.
That's the writing.
He's a tough guy, and then you look over, the Prius is like starts like, you know, tearing up the friggin' streets, and then all of a sudden you see a little Pomeranian pop its head out of the window and just ruins the guy's image.
That's it. The Prius is trying to be better. The Prius is trying to be as good as a muscle car. This whole movie essentially is Toyota trying to push Priuses. Hey, Priuses can be cool too. That's all this movie is.
And the best part is it can go on like a week-long murder streak without ever having to fill up at the pump.
There you go. I mean, think about it. How many times how many times do you think Christine had to like fill up? All right, it's kind of embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like,
oh god,
stalking somebody, your gas light comes on. It just looks stupid. You know what I mean? But if you're a hybrid and you got the sun on your side, and you're like, nah, I'm good, fam. Some people are dying now. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the way to go. I think Christine needs to be a Prius in the next movie. I stand by that now. I stand by that. It just makes sense at that rate. But yeah, but I also love the effects of this movie. But like, I love when the cars like beat the shit and it would just start like you could tell like the dents are popping out, the glass, the cracks in the way.
She's fixing herself.
Yeah, like this movie was just creepy, like, and it was good. It was like some people when they talk about a car, talking about it being like a person. Like I get this vibe. Because some people are they could be bastards about their own cars, and so like when you see the guy become a bastard in the movie, you're like, I relate to that because like I've seen people become bastards over their own cars, and like that's what's happening to him. So
well, Christine, the whole point to Christine was she had the soul of her first owner or something like that, right?
Yeah. In the novel, if I remember correctly, Sarah would know this. The car was originally owned by Randall Flagg, who's like the Man in Black or the devil personified in Stephen King's world, essentially. So we're talking about a demonic car in every sense of the world that has its owner's soul. So
yeah.
What's John? John had something also. The evil Tesla shows up to buy the Prius and run its business into the ground. Oh, wait. Oh my God. Okay, Elon Musk can make an appearance in our movie. All right, John. All right, we'll hook that up and make it happen. Obviously, that's what you want. Anyways, we're running short on time, so I'm going to skip past a few objects, get to our intangible objects, because there's a lot of objects that aren't tangible. They are just ideas. But they are things. They are things still. There are things that like you don't say. You know, for example, here's a fun one. My emojis came out. I had a beetle and a juice right there. Son of a bitch. I worked really hard on these emojis. But yeah, Beetlejuice. Like that name is so like people freak out in that movie when they start saying it, hearing it. I think it's so good. This Beetlejuice. The two movies I'm going to put this back together with, Beetlejuice and Candyman, okay? What's so interesting about these two movies and what they have in common is how much they build up the mythos of the character before the character even shows. And also, both movies really don't have the character in there a whole lot. but they feel like such a big part. Like
Yeah, it's surprising too.
yeah, like for example, like jumping back to Beetlejuice, like I watched Beetlejuice a while ago, and I was like, he might not have more than maybe 12 minutes of screen time in this movie. Like it's really low. I mean, because like the first time he really shows up is in that commercial, and again, we don't really know it's him. It's just kind of fuzzy. It's and then we meet him when and he probably makes a big appearance. What maybe 40 minutes into the movie? Really? Oh, I'm interested in that. What time does Beetle? I know for Candyman, it's a solid 45 minutes until he comes in. So, what time does Beetle show up in movie? I'm obviously just doing Googleese texting, and it's gonna get everything and fill it in. Okay, so real quick, he only has 17, 18 minutes in a 92-minute movie, and he doesn't show up until after the 25-minute mark. Which hold on.
Okay, so it's not that bad.
I think it's just the commercial. Hold on.
Oh.
I think it's just the commercial. Remember, that's not his big appearance. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me just verify that. Yeah. And I guess okay, so it was the 25-minute mark. It's okay, it's not that bad. It's not bad, but still, I mean, that's a good chunk of your movie. That's 30% of your movie where he's not there. Just about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he only had 17 minutes in it.
Mm-hmm. But the way they build up the mythos, we almost say it when Julio's like, no, don't say that. No. Beetle, Beetle, and just like with Candyman, it's the exact same way. Like when they say it, it's you're almost drawn into the screen when they say these guys' names. You're just when Beetlejuice, you're like, because the fun's about to begin. But then the Candyman, you're just like, oh man, someone's gonna totally get murdered. Just like, like I think one of my favorite moments was in the sequel to Candyman, where you have those like little privileged schoolgirls. They're in the bathroom, like, all right, we're gonna say it. Beetlejuice? No, not Beetlejuice. Actually, that
would be even better.
That would have been great if he showed up. But no, they go, Candyman. And then all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. They're getting killed and slaughtered. But the name carries so much weight. Like, do you feel like anything else, like a name like that, carries weight with another horror movie character? Like, is there any other characters that, I mean, Bloody Mary would be one, I would say.
Yeah.
Name some. I'm trying to think of characters that get summoned by their names. Freddy gets summoned?
Does he?
No, but like.
I mean, I know that they had that song.
Oh, the song.
No.
Maybe he loves that song. Maybe that kills. Like,
no,
I'm on my way.
Once you acknowledge his existence.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because that's how they stopped him altogether. They made the kids forget, not really able to dream, so it made them forget.
Sarah, look at you going in for the clutch points.
Good job.
Very true. Because if you know his name,
that's awesome.
But see, that's even scarier because, like, you could know Candyman and Beetlejuice and you're fine, but if you know Freddy's name, you're just like, well, I guess I'm fucked. I guess that's it. Freddy is like, I got it. Freddy is like when your friend comes up to you and he goes, "Hey, you lost the game." Or I lost the game. You remember that stupid thing? But instead of the game, you lose your life. That's all. Freddy is just a ghostly spirit of the game, and if you know about him, you lose. That's pretty much it. Hold on, let's talk about. I'm not looking forward to the sequel. Oh, if we were talking about Christine back before we're talking about that. Beetlejuice sequel.
Oh, Beetlejuice.
I'm on the fence about it. I'm on the fence because it's one of those.
I'll watch it,
but sometimes I appreciate when movies are just one and done and they're just a gem. They're just a gem. They're lightning in a bottle. But let's see. Yeah. Let's see what happens. I mean, here's the thing I've been noticing with horror movies. there are a lot of good horror movies with movies that are sequels where, like, for example, I like Psycho 2. But I think what makes Psycho 2 so good is it does nothing that Psycho 1 does. And it builds the movie around Norman so well that you're almost rooting for Norman at some point. It's a different story. It's like you don't want Norman to be crazy. In the first movie, you're like,
Yeah.
I want the blood, I want the gore. And then the next movie, you don't want the blood, you don't want the gore. You want him to be normal. You just want him to win, but he's not going to win. And I think if they do something like that, if they do something like that with Beetlejuice, I think you can make a sequel. But if you're just like, all right, we're gonna have the dancing football players, we're gonna have the Miss Argentina show back up. If you do a bunch of glorified nostalgia runs, then it's not going to be a great movie. You know what I mean? It's just not.
Yeah, there's a certain set of movies, and I'm thinking of sequels to a big storyline. That's all they did was throw a bunch of nostalgia stuff. Star Wars,
Exactly. Nightmare
and that too.
Nightmare on Elm Street 3. I felt like that they reinvented the rules again. They were like, okay, let's reinvent the rules. Boom, I like that. I was like, okay, this is good. Now you can have other people. Now you don't have to fight Freddy alone. Now you guys can fight together. I like that idea. Of course, all the Elm Street movies go off the rails, clearly. But I felt like the third movie was like, okay, that's interesting. You bring that idea. So I think if they do something interesting, if they bring something that makes it like, okay, we're seeing all these characters we love, and now they have to deal with something that they could never possibly deal with, then you're making a good movie. But if you're just like, no, we're going to go through the same motions, Force Awakens, aka New Hope 2, then you're bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a second. Make a trilogy, and the third one is called Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I said this to my wife the other day. I said this to my wife the other day. And then you wait another. Then when Michael Keaton is 90, you make another one real quickly, and you call it It's Showtime. Boom, there you go. That's how you do it.
There you go.
Sequels should have Jenna Ortega as a daughter helping an aged Beetlejuice fight an adversary that remain relevant.
They shouldn't have Jenna Ortega at all.
Ooh, I know that's a hot take Sarah has, and I agree too. I think Jenna Ortega, she's losing steam.
No, she's fucking up my favorite franchises, and she needs to fuck off.
Okay, there you go. You have it there. She's very upset about the Scream movies still. She's upset about the Scream movies, and Adam's Family. Adam's Family, which AKA spooky Harry Potter. The spooky Harry Potter. If you like spooky Harry Potter, there you go. That was spooky Harry Potter. Have you seen that show? Have you seen it?
No, not yet.
You have. Remember, have you ever seen Harry Potter, Sorcerer's Stone?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it. So then you saw it. They take that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Wednesday.
Wednesday. I'm talking about Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Wednesday,
so you were I haven't seen Wednesday.
Is essentially Sorcerer's Stone, but drug out in 8 episodes. Essentially.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's how it is. Hold on a second. I love the idea of Beetlejuice having to fight a new and up and coming bioexorcist. Ooh, this would be interesting. Like he's trying to stay in business.
Ooh.
Yeah, see, play to Beetlejuice as the protagonist instead of the antagonist. That's interesting. They did that with Psycho 2. They made Norman Bates the protagonist. It was very interesting. There you go. See, John? There's always something out there. All right, so let me just jump over to we're gonna do a haunted location, and then I have a game we're all gonna play. So we're all gonna play this game. So it's gonna be fun.
All right.
Stay for it. It's a really nice. But let's talk about haunted locations before we get into the game. Another one is the Overlook. So location. There's so many locations. You know that in these locations, because of where they are, they're drawn to just energy. Because even when the Overlook is destroyed in Dr. Sleep, the book, not the movie, it's still up. It still retains that sort of evilness. You know what I mean? So there's just so while land isn't technically like an object, it's still a thing. It's still something tangible we could touch and go. And there's like direct parameters. You know, it's like So that's why I'm counting this. But But even like how Steven Kubrick made The Shining, like, I mean, while people may not like it, while people may like it, and people who like the book may not like what he did to the book, there is no denying that Kubrick did make the Overlook a character. I mean,
Yeah,
those designs,
definitely.
the color scheme, the music, and all that stuff, like the rooms, like when like I don't know if you ever got this when you watched Stephen Kubrick's The Shining, but didn't you just feel trapped while watching that movie? Like,
Yeah, you get that nice, pleasant feel when you first see it, and then when things like you can feel when things start going really bad, and yeah, you get that sense that you just can't get out of there.
yeah, like the whole movie, you kind of just feel trapped, and again, also kind of going back to the
Yeah,
Beatles thing, I think that's why Doctor Sleep was such a good sequel to The Shining, because the first movie you were trapped in the Shining hotel, and then the next movie it's a road trip, so it's like this kind of very very polar opposite movies. But going back to this movie, I just felt very trapped in here. I felt trapped with the ghost. I felt like it was just a creepy building at all times. Like the designs, like that carpet, the carpet where it's just like that weird decadent pattern of orange and black. It just felt, I don't know, it just felt really
yeah,
creepy. And I think that was one of the things I loved. And we could do a whole episode on haunted houses, and I want to do one soon, but we don't have time this year because of everything was packed. But I at least wanted to talk about a haunted house. But other great haunted house locations, just streamlined because we're running low on time. The Poltergeist house, Amityville
yep,
Horror, 1408, which is a great Stephen King movie. If you
great movie, great movie,
great movie. John Cusack in a hotel for 90 minutes.
awesome, awesome.
Great movie. And I love the little twist at the end where you think something good happens but doesn't, and you're like, you fucking cocksucker. Like it blows me away. That blows me away every single time.
Even have you ever heard of the Hell House movies?
Yes, which is getting a prequel. Which I don't know.
Yes, I can't wait for that.
Carmichael House. So we'll see how that goes. It's coming Halloween Eve on Shudder. Yes, that's another movie where you feel just claustrophobic in that whole house.
Yeah, I get that more with those movies than I do with The Shining. But it's probably because like it's so like the hallways are so closed in. Like the hotel in The Shining was huge.
Yeah,
like the halls weren't all that enclosed in, but the Hell House, you were like, yeah, you're cramped in there.
and
It didn't even really look like a hotel.
No, it didn't. But I'll expand on that too. I think it's just because of the camera angle. Like Kubrick wanted wide. His stuff was wide, even though you were in a claustrophobic room. The angles were wide, but I felt like Hell House, the angles were closed in a closed space for me. Because that's a good question. I forget that the Hell House is a hotel. I forget that all the time. Because it never felt like a hotel. Never felt like a hotel.
You can actually go there.
No,
you can go there.
I know you can't. I'm not going to. I don't want to. Why?
It's an actual haunted house, and I do want to go there.
Well, that's great. Good. You could get a camera and do it yourself. I ain't doing it. And then I need you to stay away from me for like a year in case an entity attaches itself to you. I don't want that bullshit in my house. All right. So, like listening shows, John will be like, "Oh, Ryan's on tonight," and I'm like, "Well, I'm fucking off tonight because y'all can."
You don't say anything. You just drop offline, and John's like, "Jesse,
I don't.
Jesse."
Yeah, because listen, this podcast is fun, but if it turns into found footage, I'm fucking out. like in 2023, they thought they were just doing a podcast on Facebook and YouTube. Little did they know that their misadventures would then become Hell House 5, and I'm like, fuck this. So that's my thought. That's my thought on the whole matter. All right, so we're down to the last minute, so we're going to play a speed round of a game. I made a game up, okay? And the game is called, Was It a Horror Movie, or did Jesse just make that bullshit up? So basically, I just
Oh,
picked
boy.
random objects, and I'm going to ask you: was there a movie about a killer recliner? And it's yes or no. 50-50. And you get a bonus point if you can
A
name
killer recliner.
a killer recliner. It's a horror movie object. All right, and people could jump in the comments sections and don't Google. Come on, be real here. Was there a movie with a killer couch, killer recliner, killer anything? I'll take a killer ottoman.
I can't think of anything.
The killer ottoman would kill you when you're going to get a glass of water in the middle of the night and you stub your fucking toe off.
It just automatically puts itself right in front of you.
Now I want to make a killer ottoman movie. Just like, you mean a killer cat? No, an ottoman. I want a killer ottoman movie. But actually,
Oh my god.
so Tom calls BS on the recliner, but you would be shocked, actually. Roxanne, I forgot to get your answer, but yeah, well, this is, I guess, a freebie. Roxanne knows the movie.
I can't think of anything.
Yes, it's what is it called? I think it's called Killer Sofa. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can pull up an image of it. Killer Sofa movie. It's on like Tubi, which it's kind of like Killer
Really?
Yeah, here, let me pull a picture up. This movie is ridiculous. Hold on. I want to pull up a nice wide picture so no one knows I'm bullshit. So no one goes, that's bullshit picture. And I'm like, no, it's not a bullshit picture. AI didn't make it. It's a real picture. Not of a real actual recliner that kills. Obviously that we would burn that. We would not let that live. But here it is. Oh, it's on Prime Video.
You gotta be shitting me.
There you go, guys. Prime Video. Go watch it. Go check that shit out. There you go. There you have it. Right there. Boom. So, all right. So let's the sofa's not a recliner. Okay. Well, my ottoman's not. So then I can make my ottoman story and I won't get sued. But then wait, so fucking crazy. I see what you did. That was straight from Pee Wee's Funhouse.
I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna bring up that chair too.
All right, let's go.
What do you mean we're getting canceled?
It's just Pee Wee is just laying on it with his stomach. He's like, "Why are you laying on your stomach?" Long story. All right. Well, oh yeah, you missed the comment because the mouth is right there. So, but anyways, let's get to our next one. So yes, it is the Killer Sofa movie. All right, next question: is there a killer tire movie? And if anybody can guess it, if it's real and you can guess the title, great. But what is your instincts on this? Do you think there's a killer tire movie?
Well, hell, there was a killer sofa, so I'm. I guess I'm gonna go. I don't know what crazy ass movie it would be from, but I'm gonna say yes.
Well, Tom says yes, so he's backing you up on that, and he gave you a thumbs up. And hold on. Let's see. Roxanne says no to the killer tire movie. So we got one yes, one no. Has that swayed your answers? So you think it's real?
No, I think it might be real.
All right, let's see if it is. Yes, they made a movie, Rubber, in 2010. And just so everybody knows what it's about, it's a tire with
not a condom.
What?
Not a condom.
Which there is a killer condom movie. There actually is a killer condom movie. So that is.
I would say I'm shocked and surprised, but I'm really not at this point.
At this rate, you gotta believe it. You gotta believe it. Hold on, let me pull the picture up real quick. Hold on, here it is. I think this one is on Max right now, so everybody wants to watch it. It's called Rubber, and This movie is just wild in the weirdest way. So it has a psychic ability as pyro is like, what's the psychic ability that involves fire? Like it can explode shit. So it just rolls up on you and kills you.
Jesus Christ. How old is that movie?
2010.
Really?
Really?
They need to update their Photoshop skills and make something that doesn't look like it came out of the 70s.
I think they wanted it to look like that. I don't know, but yeah, there is a Killer Tire movie. So, in case
I would say I'm surprised, but I'm really not at this point.
Nope. Yeah, it's basically a just to give you guys, what's the psionic powers? Is that psionic? Basically, it just explodes people. So there you go. There you go. Watch it. There you have it. Okay, so let me ask another question. This is the final question. Is there a horror movie about a box of tissues?
Really? I'm gonna say no because I feel like I'm getting tricked with this one. I'm gonna say no.
Well, while everybody is guessing, everybody had great taglines for the Tire movie, which tread lightly, run flat, which I don't tread on me. But yeah, there is. Oh, but Roxanne, there is a Killer Condom movie. I know it's. I saw a commercial to it a long time ago. It was really weird. Oh yeah, Pyrogenics. That's what it is. Tom says yes, there is one. So does that sway your answer, or do you want to still lock in for? What do you want to lock in for?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Well, there you go. No, and you should write it. Let's write this Killer Tissue movie. Let's do it. Kleenex sponsors us. All right. And there you go. That's it. Like every time, like it could be like every time you cry, every time you pull tissue, you're taking a year off your life. There you go. I'll scare you with that. Oh, like see? Hey. Like it.
Or every time you go to cry and wipe your face, like it melts you.
Ooh, there you go. Or your tears, like it's like absorbing a part of you, like memory.
Yeah,
like it's absorbing a memory. It's taking your memories away because it has like a hive mind. And like,
can you imagine having a scene where a 15-year-old kid is in his room with a box of tissues and forgets why he has it?
No,
he's just sitting there like, "What the hell was I doing? Why do I have tissues here?"
That's how they kill him. Like everybody just goes to fucking Giant Eagle at the end of the movie. Like, get every box of tissues and whack off and keep going. That's it. There you. So we wrote it. We wrote this movie. That is like. There you go.
We got the basis started.
We got the thesis started. So whoever wants to jump on this fucking gravy train, you let us know, all right? Because it is going to be great.
We just want residuals.
We just want residuals. There we go. So someone wants to call it the Wank Spank 2024. XXXX. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Cry Me a River would be the spooky theme song. That'd be good. Ooh, you get a haunted version of it, kind of like what Candyman did with the Say My Name song with Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
There you go.
It'll automatically play sad music or sad movies.
There you go. Yeah.
Make you cry.
Oh my God. Oh my God. There it is. We call the movie. What are you going to cry about it? Like cry about it,
or just cry about it.
Cry about it. There you go. Ooh, that's a good title. That's a good title. That's a great title. Oh my God, we wrote this movie. 9 minutes flat. We wrote this movie. Roxanne says, "Paint me like a Splatoon 2025." We can do that. We can do that to the movie. Like I said, this movie begins with tears, ends with jizz. That's just the opposite of life. Usually life begins with jizz and it ends with people crying. Yeah, right, because you died. And this one, reverse opposite. So look right there. This is a metaphor for life going backwards. There you go.
There you go.
A24.
We just Benjamin Button a box of tissue horror movie.
Yes, dude. A24 is buying this shit right now. They're buying this shit.
Come on, they got to.
They're giving us money. They got to do it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Everybody blew up the comment section like magnificent champions, like you guys all are. Roxanne, Tom, John, Nigel, you guys delivered every single time with all your comments. Thank you guys, everybody who watched and didn't comment. I want to thank Vance, the producer, who always produces the goods for us. We love you, dude. Couple quick things. Get tickets for my comedy special at the Funny Farm Comedy Club in Columbiana. If the location has changed, we're going a little bigger with this venue. It is at Risers Tavern on the link, so it's part of that. So it's gonna be a great time. October 14th. www.funnyfarm.com. You go to my page. Tickets are all there. But anyways, Ryan, thank you so much for joining us, man. This was an absolute blast. Thank you, man.
Hey, thank you for having me on.
We'll definitely get you on for some upcoming shows. Upcoming shows we have for the spectacular season of Halloween, because guess what? October starts Sunday, man, and we are excited. I know we will include talking about the new Exorcist. I know we'll also be talking about Universal Monster movies. So all kinds of good stuff. Keep your eyes posted on our page, and you'll see what we got coming up. Until next time, I'm Jesse. And I'm
not John.
Yeah, that's not John. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
And you've been sitting at the grown-ups table. Thank you, and have an awesome night, everybody. Take care, everyone.